Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So what I have here is the HomePod Mini. I'm super excited to bring this to the channel. It's not just one that I bought actually two. So before we begin, I'm going to ask you guys to do me a huge favor, and that is to subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow. It actually helps me bring content like this to the channel, and it doesn't cost you a thing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to be doing the unboxing for the HomePod Minis. I'm going to show you how to pair two HomePod Minis to your room. This is actually going to be placed on my desk, and hopefully this works with my M1 Mac. So let's get started. Let's do the unboxing. So this is actually what the box looks like, but I really like what Apple has done with their shipment for the HomePod Minis. It's super simple. You get this package. All you got to do to open is just go all the way around. And that's it. You just pull it open like that, and there you go. So I've actually gone with this space gray version of the HomePod Mini. There's two options for the color. There's a space gray option as well as a white one. There's only one option to buy the HomePod Minis because the actual HomePods, the big ones, have actually been discontinued. You can actually still get those from Amazon. I'll leave a link for those in the description down below, and they're actually on sale when I was looking for them. These ones retail for $9.99 on the US website, $129.99 on the Canadian website. You don't have to get it, but I do recommend getting the Apple Care, $15 in the US side, $19 on the Canadian side. Okay. So this is going to be the actual first look for the HomePod Minis. So there's actually a very sneaky thing that Apple has done for the HomePod Minis, which is going to make them one of the best-selling accessories from the Apple website. I'll be going into detail for that in a future video because I think that actually deserves a future video by itself. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that particular video. And it's going to make you want to purchase a HomePod Mini. I didn't realize this until after I purchased my HomePod Mini, so now I'm even more excited to own the HomePod Minis. You get your general write-up about the HomePod Minis inside of over here, which includes your Apple sticker, as well as how to pair with your iPhone, as well as just general warranty guidelines. And finally, to power up your HomePod, this is going to be that 25-watt charger for the HomePod Minis. They have to be consistently powered on in order to work. You can use this if you want to charge your phone, but you'll lose the power to your HomePod Minis. So for that reason, it's always important to buy this separate if you are planning on purchasing one for your iPhone. So let's take out the HomePod Mini. Now, as I'm going along, let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below for the HomePod Minis, as well as, the charging cable, or just general questions about this particular device, and I'll be sure to answer them as we go along. So at top, you have your general screen, and the height of this, according to Apple, is about 3.3 inches high and 3.9 inches wide. Now, this is one thing that I don't like about the HomePod Minis off the bat, is the fact that the USB-C cable is non-detachable. But overall, the HomePod Mini looks really nice. They've slowly started implementing other options for you to use it on and listen to it. Personally, it doesn't matter to me. For me, I'm going to be using it with my Apple Music subscription because I have purchased the Apple One subscription. And you have your usual charging brick over here. All you got to do is plug it in. So what I'll do is I'll actually unbox the other one as well. Next thing is to pair this up with my iPhone, or actually my kind of like my iCloud account, so the HomePod Mini knows where these are placed in my household. So let me just unbox this and let's get started. So I have both of the HomePod Minis. I'll plug in the left one first to pair up with my iPhone, and then what we'll do is we'll do the pairing for the second one. So let's transition over to the pairing process. All right, so we're back, and I've just plugged it in, the HomePod Mini. So as you can see from the screen right now, what it's doing is actually it's looking around and trying to pair with a nearby Apple device. The second I unlock my iPhone, what's going to happen is actually going to pop up on my iPhone to pair with that HomePod Mini. So let's get started. So similar process to pairing with your AirPods and everything else. All you got to do is follow the step-by-step guide, which I'll leave on the right side over here, my screen recording. So we're going to do the setup. Now it's going to ask you what room is your HomePod located in. And what I'll do is I'll actually just call this my office. You don't have to call it your home or your master bedroom. You can choose anything you want. There's a bunch of different options because in case you want to buy more than one HomePod Mini, you want to be able to distinguish where it's located. So office it is. Now it's going to ask you to let HomePod Mini recognize your voice when you activate the Siri function. So recognize my voice. And then it's going to ask me my personal requests. So things that I can use Siri for, such as checking my appointments, my messages, and reading my bills, and even asking if I missed a call. So I'll use the personal requests, and it's going to ask you to use this device when you're sharing your location. Yes, use this iPhone. And anyone else within your household, kind of like on your home network, can use this Home Mini if you want to, and terms and conditions and account settings. So use your iCloud account, Wi-Fi settings on this phone to configure your HomePod. Now, this is something that, I personally don't mind doing that, because rather than me putting my Wi-Fi password on, it's just going to use whatever is located to my email address onto the HomePod Mini. And what it's doing now is asking me to center the HomePod Mini in the frame. All we're going to do is plain and simply go like that. And that's it. And like that, it's recognized this is the HomePod Mini that we're trying to set up. So it's going to continue the setup and finish it up on this one HomePod Mini. And then once this one is done, we're going to transition over to this one. And the setup is going to be very similar to this. All right, so it's going to activate on yours, but I have to do this. So, hey Siri, what can you do?
I can do lots of things, like turn on the lights, give you a news update, and tell you about the weather. Now you try. Say, hey Siri, play some music.
And done. So that's pretty much it for the setup for the first one. Now let's do the setup for the second one. And once again, we have the same pop-up on our screen. So setup automatically gone to the office because it knows that this one is nearby, because the HomePod Mini again has that ultra wideband chips. So it recognizes there's other Apple devices nearby. So continue. Now this is something that's interesting that I really like, because it's asking me for enhanced surround sound quality. Do you want to pair both of these speakers? So this one we use as like a left side, and this one will be used on the right side. So use as stereo speaker. So is this HomePod on the left or the right side? So this one that I'm setting is obviously going to be on the right side. So select right, and then once again, streamline process to Siri for everybody, transferring the settings from my email account. And it's asking me to center this particular HomePod on the frame. So we're going to go, boom. And it's setting up this particular HomePod. And just like that, HomePod is ready. So done. So both of these HomePods have finally finished up pairing. All right, let's try something. Let's try playing a music, but I'll have to reduce the volume because otherwise it'll cause a copyright. Hey Siri, play some music.
Okay, here's a station just for you.
So I had to pause it because otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear what I was trying to say, because I have to turn on the music, otherwise it'll get a copyright complaint. But right away you can see that both of these turned on, and overall the sound quality is so far really, really good. And I'll get into much more details when I do the review for both of the HomePod Minis. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are about these two HomePod Minis, and let me know what questions you have for the actual review that I'm going to be doing, because I'll go into much detail, after using it for a couple of weeks, maybe even a month, and seeing, how they fare with my workflow, whether it's for my day-to-day business or just listening to content, whether it's music, audiobooks, or even the news. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching the unboxing and pairing video for the HomePod Minis, and I really appreciate you coming onto the channel and watching this video. And once again, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are about the two HomePod Minis. And thank you once again. Until next time, goodbye.